What's up, fight fans? This is Counterpunch with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Vasily Lomachenko. Vasily Lomachenko has came out and said this about Teofimo Lopez. He said Lopez's size and reach made it difficult to get to him, and of course he wants a rematch. And this is what he said verbatim. He says right now it's hard for me to comment on the fight. He says he admitted for the first time the size seemed to matter against the bigger Lopez. He also said everyone is frustrated, but I want to watch the fight first before commenting because of the size and reach. It was not easy to get to him, said Lomachenko. I just want to say to all my fans, I am sorry if I let you guys down. I want to thank all my team, and I want to let them know we will move forward. Okay. Now, that's somewhat of an apology, definitely for the fans, but an explanation to gratify the win of Teofimo Lopez because, you know, it has to be some type of resistance there and something that he wasn't able to do versus what he was able to do with other opponents. Even taller opponents like Luke Campbell still couldn't keep Lomachenko back off of him, for too long. Even though Lomachenko did that in spots and he showed who Lomachenko was in those spots, they were far in between. Now, when he would get off, he would get off. But the size, the reach was a factor, and he just admitted that. I think the elephant in the room, though, for Lomachenko, that's his halfway of saying, hey, Teofimo Lopez was a good fighter and he's very difficult. Not saying he never gave him any props before. What I'm saying is he's just letting you guys know in his own words that Teofimo Lopez was a difficult fighter and probably one of the most difficult fighters that he's ever faced. Now, again, the elephant in the room is not the size, not the reach. Okay, I think the elephant in the room was the power. That's what he's leaving out. And I think he doesn't really want to admit that he was hurt. Of course, he's a strong Ukrainian fighter. And Loma's tough, though. You got to give it to Loma because, again, a lot of people thought that from one punch, he would be out. Okay, like Wilder hitting someone or something like that. And he took those punches well. Now, I think he was hurt with a lot of those punches, but I think he was hurt more to the body. Which, ironically, that's where Loma gets you. He gets you in that liver, where he throws that left down there, where he's berating you with punches and he's setting up that punch. But in this case, the straight right was the weapon for Teofimo Lopez, and that, I feel, hurt Lomachenko. Okay, I think that hurt him. Maybe a right hurt him in the last round, but it was a good back-and-forth fight from round 7 on up. But this is different from Lomachenko. This is uncharted waters for Lomachenko. And I think it will bother him, just like I think if he never would have got the opportunity to avenge his one defeat in the amateurs, also with the Salido fight. Okay, I think that would have been the case. Adrian Broner can relate. He was a guy that never was able to right his wrong. So I think that will be a problem if he doesn't get the rematch. But the good news is from reading this, he's at least giving homage and respect somewhat to Teofimo Lopez. Okay, not much, but just enough to let people know that, hey, this was the deal with Teofimo. This is why I couldn't do this to Teofimo. Okay, the size and the reach. But I believe he meant the power too. And I think the power was the defining factor in that, because I think he felt that when he absorbed it with while blocking those huge shots. Okay. So that's what I think about that. So he will be moving forward, though. That's a good thing. So that retirement kind of worried me because he's only 32. He could at least fight 3 more years to 35 if he can get his shoulder and everything together without being injured for real this time. But anyway, I would like to see him in there with these other guys to see how they can pan up against him. And I think it's an open market when it comes to Lomachenko now anyway. So I think a lot of more people will want to fight him since they might see him as vulnerable. But anyway, that's my take on it. You guys tell me what you think of Vasily Lomachenko saying that, hey, he was too big, reached too long, Too big, too strong. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.